Hey guys, and welcome to Vegan Beauty Girl. My name is Nicole, and today we're going to be doing a gift guide all around gifts that guys won't hate. I just know that men are super difficult to buy for. I just thought it'd be helpful to share some gift ideas as well as some things that worked for me in the past when buying for men. And obviously it goes without saying, not all men are the same. They have different interests, different likes, and the better you know whoever you're buying for, the easier gift buying is. But the fact that you've clicked on this video tells me you're struggling. I'm just going to try and help you out as best I can with a few ideas. If you have had any particular great successes buying for men, please do leave them down below in the comments and let me know what you think about the suggestions I make. As you can expect, the majority of these gift ideas are going to have a bit of a like vegan, eco, sustainable sort of vibe to them, but not all of them, but the majority. So gift idea number one is a nice CBD balm. So the one that I have here is from Ohana. It's great vegan, cruelty-free skincare, and I can definitely vouch for this product, but if you think that the pink label is going to put any guy off, Holland & Barrett also do a product that's very similar, so I'll leave a link to both down below. I think this is an incredible gift for any guy that is really into his exercise. Like, the one thing I love most about this balm is how much it really soothes my muscles after a workout. When I rub it into my muscles, it just leaves me feeling so good the next day rather than really sore and achy. If you know anyone who's really picked up running, goes to the gym a lot, and often has sore muscles, this is a really good gift idea. And like I said, the Holland & Barrett one has a lot more like less girly packaging, but this is kind of the only CBD balm I have used, and I can vouch for it and say that it does really help me recover. The next one's a gift, more of a stocking filler for anyone who likes alcohol, and that is me recommending M&S. So Marks & Spencer's do some really fun alcohols, and they're so good for labelling which ones are vegan. My local one had this really fancy looking port. It looked really nice. It was only £8, but it looks like really rather bougie, and it was labelled vegan. That would be a nice gift. They also had this like Jaffa Cake cocktail, which I imagine tasted like kind of like chocolatey, kind of orangey, and that was also suitable for vegans. Normally at Christmas as well, they have this kind of coconut liqueur, which is very similar to Bailey's, but it's their own brand product. So I would definitely recommend going to M&S and checking out what sort of like alcoholic drinks they have going on, because they often do have some really fun festive stuff, which is also suitable for vegans. It just feels very gifty, like they're very like quirky flavours, and this way you can kind of add a bit of a personal touch if you know the sort of things that the person that you're buying for likes. My next gift suggestion is something that me and my sister did for my dad, I think for Father's Day this year, and that was putting together a gift hamper. Now, it can be really hard to think of like big presents to give, and sometimes it can help to just group together a lot of small things, and this is a really good way of showing that you know what they like, their tastes. So for us, we got my dad like a bottle of red wine, some of his favourite peanuts, some of his favourite chocolates. I think we got him a shirt or something as well. We just put a few things in this gift hamper that he would really enjoy. And he just really loved it. He could tell that it showed that we just put a lot of thought into the gift. Another few things that you could add into that could include like some bath products from Lush, not like anything big, but maybe a couple of small things. As far as like beauty products go, I'd say that a lot of guys do tend to like lip balms and hand creams in the winter as well, so that would be good to include in a hamper. And also scratch cards are also very fun. I know we're not all going out that much at the moment, but it'd be also nice to include like a voucher to their favourite restaurant or coffee shop. So say they're doing a walk a day, and each time they go via Pret or Costa or whatever, or a local independent, just get them a gift voucher for that, so that the first few coffees after Christmas are going to be on you. Oh, another thing we put in my dad's hamper was fancy peanut butter, like the Manor Life one. It is so nice. If you know a guy that likes pub nuts, you know, like the really roasted nuts, Manor Life peanut butter is really like dry roasted and then blended, so it's kind of like that pub nut taste to it, which is really nice. Okay, and another gift idea. This one is definitely more for any guys you know who have really grown their hair out this year. This year we've all struggled getting to the hairdressers, but some guys have really taken like the mix of hairdressers being shut and not having to go into the office as an opportunity to really grow their hair. Good on them if they're enjoying it, but you know, longer hair comes with a bit more responsibility. I think it'd be really nice to maybe treat them to a bit of a hair set. Maybe you can get them a nice comb or brush. In particular, I saw from Bleach London, they have a hair conditioning treatment, which is a like beer hair mask. Yeah, so it is literally a beer mask for the hair, and beer is actually a really good ingredient for hair care. Yeah, so this mask from Bleach London uses beer protein, strengthen, repair and detangle dry hair in need of a drink. I think guys would just be very excited about the thought of one, looking after their hair a little bit more, because so many guys are proud of their hair when they grow it out, and two, the fact that it's like a cool severe mask, makes them feel a bit funkier. Also on that tangent, there is a brand called We Are Paradox who do this hair elixir, hair oil that looks like it's in a hip flask and it's made using Irish whiskey. So that is another gift that is kind of like hair care for men but looks a bit cooler than them using a woman's product, which some guys get put off at the thought of using. So yeah, those are a few hair care treats which are just great for guys who take a little bit more care for their hair. Okay, and another tip I have is to pop into TK Maxx. If you are leaving the house, I really do recommend going around TK Maxx. It definitely can feel like a bit of a jumble sale in there, but sometimes that makes it really helpful when shopping for Christmas presents. You just never know what you're going to find in there, so inspiration can strike at any corner. Everything's a little bit more quirky, so your gift is more likely to be unique. And also when it comes to kind of like sustainability, TK Maxx is a great store for giving products which have been like discontinued, mislabeled, overproduced. It just gives them a chance to actually be sold and have another life. Obviously, overconsumption and all that jazz is a big issue, but yeah, I'd say that TK Maxx in its outlet ways is one of the better options on the high street when it comes to shopping firsthand. Let me know if you agree with that. I'd love to hear more thoughts down below, but that's kind of like my view on TK Maxx. Plus I like thoroughly enjoy the thrill of shopping there, which I know some people do not, but I find it fun. Next up, we are going on to scents. So we're talking about perfume. Do you call it perfume for boys? First off, I would love to recommend Eden. I'm sure you guys have heard me talk about them like a million times before, but they're amazing for dupes, basically. Any fragrance, really. Eden do a vegan and cruelty-free dupe online. They all come in this sort of bottle. If there's any fragrance that a man in your life loves, you can get them it from Eden. It'll smell pretty identical. I have quite a few fragrances I want to recommend. So this one is from Kieran NYC. They also do like bigger bottles, but I've only got one there smaller, like 10 milliliter sizes of this scent, but their perfumes are unisex. However, I'd say it's their Santal Sky one, which I think just smells really nice on a guy. Like, honestly, I'd find this really, really sexy on a guy. I sometimes like to wear it as well, but like I wouldn't wear it on a date or anything. It's a very cozy, warm scent. I feel like it's kind of like giving me a hug, and this is probably why I'd really like it on a guy. I feel like I'd feel very at home with them, at ease with them, and it's still kind of sexy as well. This is kind of like a travel bottle, which can be helpful when you're buying gifts, just in case they don't like the fragrance, but their bigger bottles are also very like gender neutrally styled. This is a very woody scent with saffron, cardamom and sandalwood in it. So it is nice and earthy and spicy. Yeah, I would adore this on a guy. Do check that out if you are looking to give someone a really lovely signature scent. Here is another kind of like unisex fragrance. So this is from Floral Street. This one definitely looks feminine, so keep that in mind if you are thinking of giving this to a guy. Even though it's black, it does still have quite a floral design to it, and I feel like some guys would be more comfortable about that than others. I was on a Zoom with Floral Street recently and they said that this fragrance is the most popular one for men. They're all vegan or cruelty free. They've got a shop in Covent Garden, so if you are around you can have a sniff. But this one's oriental, woody, and contains red peppercorn and saffron. I also think this one would be really sexy on a guy. It's definitely like quite dark and stunning. I feel like it's definitely an evening scent, but I still think it'd be very stunning on a guy. But this one is probably a bit more harder to wear, so I feel like it's for a very like elegant evening guy scent, if that makes sense. And it also suits women too. If you're getting it for your boyfriend, it's definitely the sort of thing you could wear on occasion. And then also, whilst talking about like perfumes, fragrances, aftershaves, whatever, I'd love to recommend Lush too. Whilst they also say all of their scents are unisex, I definitely think there are some which are more popular amongst men than others. Just to give you an idea of what their bottles look like, this is one of my Lush perfumes. And just to give you a rundown of some of the ones which I think would possibly be best to go and have a sniff of and maybe buy for a guy would be Breath of God, which is a smoky unisex incense-like scent. May I also just say as well that the Lush ones are so nicely named. Who wouldn't want to say that their scent was Breath of God, honestly. Another one from Lush would be Lord of Misrule, which contains patchouli oil with peppery notes. And then there's also Rentless, which is musky but kind of sweet, and I think that one was my favorite out of their like more masculine scents. So I hope that's helped if you are interested in kind of up-scenting any men in your life. Next up is a shop that my friend Jess recommended to me because I guess she's had more experience buying for kind of like geekier guys in her life. So this is for people who really enjoy movies and video games and stuff like that. She recommended Mondo Shop. It is a US store, but they do work with artists to create very unique and limited edition posters, vinyls, toys, apparel, collectibles for classics. So they describe it as like pop culture past and present that share a rare, unexpected, vivid and timeless timeless quality. If you know someone who's like really into their movies and they have a favorite movie, you could get some real nice prints from there, like really timeless designs. And also they have a few like limited edition vinyls as well, so if you know anyone who has a record player, that could be a really cool gift too. When I was browsing on there earlier, they had the soundtrack to Fight Club and also one for like Jurassic Park available on vinyl. That could be a cool gift, but bear in mind it is a US store, so it can take longer to arrive, and it's also not necessarily supporting local, but I did think it was definitely worth shouting out about. If you do want to stick local, you can find similar sort of stuff in HMV. I've seen quite a few people promoting the vinyl collection at HMV and also like kind of like geekier plushies and stuff lately, but it's not as unique, but still worth checking out. Okay, and then bear with me on this one, but like next up I have bamboo socks. I don't know if it's just me and it's me getting old, but I'm actually at a stage in life where I'd be quite happy to find some nice socks under the Christmas tree. These socks are really cool because they're bamboo, they're a lot more sustainable, very slow fashion, and they come in some really lovely designs. So this is from the brand Thought, and they just seem to have a lot of sustainable clothing items on their website. So whilst I am talking about the socks, I also saw that they had like fair trade shirts on there recently and like some more like eco-friendly loungewear. So if you are looking to buy like socks, underwear, scarf, shirts for guys, it would be a cool store to check up on, especially if you're trying to go down the more like slow fashion route. And their prices aren't outrageous either. It's not unaffordable. Sure, it's not as cheap as if you were to go to Primark, but if you can't spend a lot of money on socks at Christmas, when can you spend a lot of money on socks? Yeah, okay. But my one final tip is to ask them what they want and get them what they want. See if the guys in your life have written wish list, because the most sustainable present you can get someone is something they actually want. Most people are useless and just tell you that they don't mind what they get, but if on the odd chance they do have a wish list or a few gift ideas, then please do shop like primarily off of that. If you are looking for some like more generic gift ideas, or particularly if you're wondering about like any good vegan food like chocolates and stuff, do check out my video dedicated to 50 small businesses worth supporting in the run up to Christmas that you will love. Please do leave helpful hints, tips, advice, life experience about buying gifts for men in the comments down below, because God knows we all struggle. I really do hope this has helped you, because there's nothing more stressful than buying gifts when you are just clueless. Please do hit like and subscribe if you've enjoyed this video. Don't forget you can find me online pretty much anywhere under Vegan Beauty Girl. I'm on TikTok, Instagram, obviously YouTube. I've got a blog. You can just stay in touch so many ways. But anyway, yeah, thank you for watching. Bye.